Hey guys, what's up? How ya doing? I'm here to talk to you guys about the first episode of Steel Ball Run JoJo's Bizarre Adventure on episode 1. Well, either way, this episode right here was really nice, really slick, and I never thought I'd be so hooked into it that I remember some of the characters here and there. If anything else, let's just get this started. When it comes to this entire episode, it always focuses on the one thing that a lot of people have been telling me about. It's a big horse race, which apparently is like it starts from California and it ends all the way to New York. Whoever wins gets $50 million or something like that. All I know is it's a huge amount of money. And we get to see some characters like trying to participate. However, one is participating to know this other guy to see what his abilities are because his name is Johnny Joestar, or JoJo if anything, the new JoJo of Part 7. He apparently was a very strong prodigy and unfortunately, he wasn't really well loved by his father, or he never really had much of a good life. Well, he did start off that way, but eventually he became a very powerful, strong, talented horse racer. Unfortunately, his stupidity and his own fault got him paralyzed when someone shot him in the back as retaliation. So, this guy is pretty much paralyzed from the waist down. But he also is determined to talk to Gyro Zeppeli. He wants to know about his ability because somehow this steel ball that he is controlling, which gives him the advantage most of the time, or follows his will on how to fight. Johnny Joestar or JoJo touched that steel ball one time and he manages to walk. He wants to know that ability and that's why he's participating in the horse race. Of course, there's some other people that caught my attention is like Diego and then Poco Loco and the Sandman. All I know is those guys gotten a lot of crazy spotlight for something that's like almost an hour-long episode. So whatever the cases are, they end up going into a race, and the horse racing scene was really phenomenal. I thought it was really insane. Anyways, as for certain characters like Poco Loco, he is the funniest guy in this episode, in my opinion. I mean, this guy has some kind of belief where this fortune teller lady tells him that you got a huge amount of luck, so don't hesitate, you know? And I'm like, wow, this guy was getting a lot of plot convenience or plot armor, if I even think about it correctly, or just something like that, how you want to pronounce it or describe it. But all I know is his luck has been helping him out a lot. Unfortunately, when it comes to the first horse race of the first part, Gyro Zeppeli is the winner. Of course, when it comes to Diego, who is also a big spotlight of this episode, he seems to know very good techniques of switching or swerving around with his horse without spending a lot of energy. It started off like that at the beginning, and he got fallen behind, but he manages to catch up. As for Johnny Joestar, he is, despite him trying to ride a horse and being paralyzed waist down, he seems to still got that technique or groove in him to able to ride the horse despite being paralyzed from the waist down. In other cases, he enters the race even though his horse seems to hate him in a certain way, but it seems to accept him eventually, and he enters the race. As for Sandman, that guy is just running on all of his on his legs, dude. Like, he is literally just running on his legs. And of course, Gyro, Johnny, Diego, Sandman, and Poco Loco are the freaking like top 5 finishers or something like that, if I have to say it. But Gyro Zeppeli is the one that won the first part of the race. And there's a narration about Johnny Joestar, how he got connected with Gyro Zeppeli. So I look forward to see how this turns out, and I'm really excited for it. So hopefully it'll be very interesting. So overall, the first impressions of Part 7 of JoJo, which many people have been calling it a masterpiece from rumors given to me, and many people loving it very much, it actually really, I got hooked onto it so greatly. Like, I never thought I would enjoy seeing JoJo again, and it's been a long time, if I could think about it. If I remember correctly, Part 3 of Stone Ocean was, like, released in 2022, so it took another 3 years. It took about, like, freaking 3 years to actually get part 7 out. But if I think about the overall parts of like freaking like of JoJo Part 6, like it started in 2021 and it ended in 2022. So you could imagine like our last JoJo, if you don't count the batches and all, was in 2021 and it ended in 2022. So it's been about almost like possible almost 5 years. Well, 4 years and a couple months later, we finally get part 7. So yeah, I'm pretty excited to see part 7 in action. I was told many times and repeating myself that it is a crazy masterpiece and of fate and beloved by all JoJo fans. So I look forward to seeing it in action. Heck, I might have to find myself a cosplay of JoJo Part 7 to celebrate it, to see its release coming out this year. And I'm looking forward to seeing it continuing. Hopefully, it'll get a weekly release. I don't know why when it came to Part 6, it got released in batches, and it never became very much exciting as it should be. But other than that, I hope us fans of JoJo will get the weekly release gift, and if that's the case, I can't wait to talk about it every week because it's just so fun and so exciting. The only thing is, what time is it gonna get released by? Because I see to it that it got released possibly 12 midnight when it came about, but I couldn't really find the right details of that. So other than that, I look forward to seeing the next episode whenever that shows up, and it'll be a weekly release and not a group or batch release all the time, you know? So until then, I'll see you guys later. I'm Alpha Zero. Have a good day, and I'll see you guys next time, alright? Peace out. Bye-bye. Toot-toot-toot.